According to a study done by the Myers-Briggs organization, approximately 15% of the population is considered introverted. So, if you don't identify as an introvert, there's a great chance that you know someone who does. And although we live in an extroverted world, what advantages do introverts have over the rest of us? Welcome back, Psychos. Today's topic is 15 things introverts are best at. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, as well as click the notification bell so that you never miss a video. Number 1. Attentive listening. Introverts spend a lot of time internally in their minds, so they aren't considered to be too easily distracted by outer stimulus. This trait is directly related to how they listen to others, because it allows them to tune into conversations with every ounce of their being. Introverts don't just hear what you have to say, they are usually genuinely interested, asking questions to gain further insight and to connect on the same level as the person talking. This trait is most apparent in an introvert where there is a deep conversation to be had. They usually aren't interested in small talk. Number 2. Taking time for themselves. The ability to know when to take time for yourself is another underrated skill that is crucial to life satisfaction and optimal levels of energy. Luckily for introverts, taking time for themselves is another one of those strong suits. Introverts are highly intuitive and are often highly aware of their emotions and energy levels. If they don't feel up for a night out, they won't show up out of obligation. They will intuitively make the choice not to go. They usually don't try to convince others of how they feel, they just make a decision based on their feelings, and that's the end of the story. Number 3. Being highly in touch with their feelings. Like we said, introverts are extremely intuitive beings, so it's no surprise that they would be considered a little more in tune with their feelings compared to the rest of the population. They usually know the right thing to do, even if it goes against the facts presented. For example, they know when a relationship or friendship is no longer serving them, or when a job has reached its expiry date. Once introverts feel something, they can't unfeel it, and they usually end up being right on. Number 4. Easily feeling other people's emotions. Just as introverts are highly in touch with their own feelings, they also possess deep empathetic qualities for others. Most introverts are considered to be some sort of empath. They can read people like an open book. In fact, introverts can usually feel the energy of the room when they first enter. Introverts subconsciously pick up the subtle cues like body language, tone of voice, and overall mood of a conversation, which allows them to connect and empathize with others with exceptional efficiency. Number 5. They prioritize self-care. So, we know that introverts won't bat an eye to cancel plans if they're not feeling up for it. But introverts actually place a considerable amount of importance on their self-care, especially in mid to late adulthood. Introverts make it a priority to put self-care above some of the most important aspects in their life, like career, relationships, and family. Introverts know that they can't pour from an empty cup, so they take their scheduled downtime accordingly in order to show up as the best version of themselves. Number 6. An automatic connection with animals. Introverts are drawn to all things nature, including animals. Not only are animals usually naturally drawn to the calm demeanor of an introverted personality, but introverts are just as drawn to animals for the same reason. One of an introvert's biggest difficulties is unmeaningful conversations and socializing, which is completely taken out of their equation when spending time with animals. Plus, most animals are fuzzy and gentle, which is similar to the energy that introverts like to emit and surround themselves with. Number 7. Placing importance on spending time in nature. Just as we said, most introverts are drawn to nature in some way, shape or form. The relaxed energy of spending time in nature allows for an introvert to reflect on their thoughts, far away from the chaos of those normal hustle and bustle lives. Many introverts are content with just being, with no outer obligations. so it makes sense that they would much prefer a long walk in nature compared to a night out at a crowded party. Number 8. Thinking before they speak. Because introverts spend a lot of their waking hours internally in their minds, they don't act or speak on impulse. Well, at least not as much as the average non-introverted person would. Introverts aren't the life of the party type, so they don't just talk for the sake of talking. They place importance on the words they say, and they think their word choices through, right down to how the person will interpret it. Just as introverts dive so deep in the meaningfulness of other people's words and gestures, they want theirs to be well thought out, in case other people are analysing them as they are with other people. Number 9. Diving deep in conversations. Introverts don't only place importance on their word choices, but they also make the choice of genuinely engaging in conversation or not. Although introverts can fake a small talk, you won't truly connect with an introvert until you discuss the deeper topics. Introverts want to know how you think, what you think, and what made you think it. So vague replies won't cut it. Introverted individuals also have a deep longing for meanings as well, which is one of the driving forces behind their deep diving tendencies. Number 10. Creativity. Introverts are known to be naturally creative people. Not only does it take mental focus and lack of outer stimulus to be optimally creative as a person, but introverts also have the time to allow their minds to wander, increasing the odds that their minds will come back with some great ideas. In other words, an introvert's imagination is much more active than the average person's. So when they find their creative outlet, they will exceed expectations. Plus, introverts have a natural ability to find creative solutions to problems by thinking outside the box. Number 11. Following their intuition. Everybody has an intuition, but not everyone knows how to use it. Introverts, on the other hand, follow their own inner voice before considering the facts or opinions of a situation. Relating back to the point where introverts are highly in touch with their feelings, an introvert's intuition is what allows them to be so in tune with themselves. When an introvert really practices their ability to follow their gut instinct, they unlock their sixth sense of knowing answers to things before the truth emerges. Number 12. Setting boundaries to protect their energy. Energy levels are really important to the proper functionality of an introverted mind. And introverts know this about themselves, so they take precautionary measures to avoid introverted burnout. Setting boundaries in relationships and obligations is one of the clever ways the introverts protect their precious energy. Introverts are experts at politely excusing themselves from overworking obligations, draining friendships or relationships, toxic family members, and over-exhausting jobs. Number 13. Seeking and keeping genuine relationships. Introverts are known for not opening up for just anyone. So when they finally do create a connection with someone, you can imagine the importance they place upon that relationship. Making connections isn't a strong suit of introverts. To them, it's a quality over quantity when it comes to friends. They much rather have one or two friends that they know they can trust with anything than have a large array of acquaintances who wouldn't bat an eye if you were to stop talking to them. Number 14. Being overly observant. When we're not busy listening to ourselves talk, we can actually observe our surroundings on a much deeper level. This is exactly what introverts do on a daily basis. Introverts are observers, which means they pick up on the details of situations that nobody else does. This makes them not only exceptionally efficient problem solvers, but mixed with their empathetic nature, introverts are great mediators in social situations. This observant trait can also allow for some introverts to be very fair lovers and friends because they observe their points from all perspectives. Number 15. Amazing leadership skills. When you think of a leader, you probably think of a loud, demanding and strong personality backed with intimidation. Well, introverts can also make amazing leaders when they put their natural abilities to the test. Introverts have a way of making people feel important. Because of their active listening skills and longing for deep connection, this is important because people like to feel recognized and important when being led. Also, introverts don't want to take the spotlight as a leader. Instead, they want their teams to take the well-deserved credit, which increases team member satisfaction. Some of the greatest leaders in history were introverts, including Rosa Parks, Abraham Lincoln, and Barack Obama, just to name a few. So that's it for today's video, Psychos. Tell us in the comments section below if you are an introvert, extrovert. Also, make sure to leave us a like and share this video with your friends, and also subscribe to our channel for more Psycho videos.